Before we get into the game recap, I just want to make a couple announcements. Hunter Hoops is going to be out indefinitely, and Connor Prelup has decided to opt out, or that he's not going to pitch for Alabama this year. So, as far as the game goes, we tell the kids all the time you can win or lose the game sometimes in the first or the middle or late in the game, and Garrett McMillan's our best pitcher. I mean, he's our dude, and he came out tonight and was behind in the count to the first 5 batters of the game, and that's not very typical of him. And to Georgia's credit, they did a good job of making him pay for it. Now, to Garrett's credit, he did a great job after the first of really settling in and getting to the middle of the game and putting up some zeros and giving us a chance. And I think if we'd been able to scratch a run or two here or there, if you're chasing 2, the back third of the game, back 3 innings, it's a lot different than chasing 4. So. Besides the top of the first, I thought it was a really good college baseball game. I thought it was, very well played and very even, and we just, didn't do enough in the top of the first.
Georgia's given up the most runs in the conference this year. You got 10 hits on them, but you only scored 2 of them. What were your overall thoughts of your offensive performance?
Well, it wasn't good enough. Now to their starters' credit, Chris did a great job of doing what Garrett McMillan does. He just smothered us with strikes. It was really good tempo. He was ahead in the count all night, and he was throwing 3 pitches for a strike. And that's what I talked to the team about. I said, hey, take out G-Max top of the first, and you look at both kids that pitched from the second to the sixth. They both did the exact same thing. Hitting's hard when you're on your heels and behind in the count a lot. So he did a great job, and but you got to win more, score more than 2 runs to win.
Hunter got into a pretty good little jam later in the game. You brought in Braylon to get out of that. Just talk about Braylon's effort getting out of that jam, and then really just giving you guys a chance to stay competitive in the game.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. A lot of times when you lose, you forget to recognize kids, and Braylon was awesome tonight, and he pitched a lot on the weekends, and a lot of times those young guys, we try to bring them in with clean innings, and we're just like a lot of teams right now, we're pretty dinged up, and which is one of the reasons that you saw Braylon in a Friday night game, and to his credit, he did a great job. And when you are dinged up, that's how you have to look at it. It's opportunity for other guys, and Braylon did a great job of stepping up and giving us a chance to win the game late.
Okay. I have a question about why do we know specifically the injury to Hunter Hoops for him not be able to return this year?
Just don't really want to elaborate on it right now.
Okay, and Connor Prelup, what's his status as far as his recovery? Like, has he been cleared, or what's going on there with him?
I think it's probably best if I don't speak for Connor. I'm sure at some point you guys can get access to him, but I'll let Connor and his people,
It's fair. I understand.
No, I understand.
Just
You
trying to
asking
get more
questions.
And then I'll talk about, it was quite, even though gave up 4 runs in the top of the first, it was quite a pitcher's duel, tonight. What did you see out of your bullpen tonight?
Hunter Furtado was awesome in the 7th inning, and then he lost it. And Hunter's a guy that his stuff is probably better than his pitchability right now in his career. So he's working hard to command the ball better. He's working hard to develop his secondary pitches, and he threw some really good ones there in the 7th. And everybody talks about how hard hitting is. Well, pitching is really hard too. Those kids, they don't have a joystick, and he just lost his rhythm for a little bit. So he's thrown the ball really well at times for us this year, and somebody we think has a lot of talent. We're really glad he's here, and but he obviously looked a lot different in the 8th than he did in the 7th. And then we kind of talked about Braylon. He was just awesome, made some big pitches, and gave us a chance. If you're chasing 5 or 6 in the 8th or 9th, and they don't have to use their closer, and they used 2 of their better relievers tonight, and even if those guys bounce back later in the weekend, we got to look at them.
Can you talk about Dominic's effort from the plate tonight, 3 for 4 with the home run, just his approach and what that means going forward the rest of the weekend for him?
Yeah, that was great to see Dom, and early in the year you could tell we had a lot of confidence in him. We hit him 2 through 5 in the order for a long time, and he was awesome. Over the course of the fall for an extended period of time, and in the preseason hit 2 home runs opening day, I believe, and. He just had a period of time where he was just a little out of sync, and tried to move him down the order and give him a little time to breathe. And he was great tonight. And I think what we saw tonight is kind of what we coaches and other players saw, leading into the season. So, really hopeful that, that he's finding his groove and that he can continue to give us that type of production, because he really swung the bat well tonight.
All good?
Mhm.
All right.